Matthew 4, 1-11. The temptations of Christ. The Spirit led Jesus into the desert to be tempted by the devil. After 40 days and nights without food, Jesus was hungry. The devil tempted Jesus to turn stones into bread. To which he replied, "Human beings cannot live on bread alone, but need every word God speaks." The second temptation was for Jesus to throw himself from the highest point of the temple and order angels to catch him. Jesus replied, "Do not put the Lord your God to the test." Finally, the devil offered Jesus all the kingdoms of the world in return for worshiping him. Jesus replied, "Worship the Lord your God and serve only him." Then the devil left Jesus and angels came and helped him.
The temptation of Christ is a story that has been told for centuries. It's about a man who faced incredible temptations and overcame them. But how does this ancient story relate to our modern times? In many ways, the temptations that Christ faced are not so different from the ones that we face today. Take for example the temptation to prioritize material possessions over spiritual ones. Just like in Christ's time, we live in a world that often places a high value on wealth, power, and status. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of these things, to believe that they will bring us happiness and fulfillment. But just like Christ, we are also tempted by more subtle things, like the desire for validation and approval from others. Social media can be a powerful tool for connection, but it can also fuel our need for constant attention and affirmation. And perhaps most of all, we are tempted by the illusion of control. We believe that if we work hard enough, plan carefully enough, we can avoid suffering and pain. But the reality is that we can't control everything. We can't prevent illness, accidents, or other unexpected events from happening. In the face of these temptations, we can find guidance and strength in the lessons of the temptation of Christ. Just like him, we can turn to our faith for solace and support. By prioritizing our spiritual well-being and seeking out true connections with others, we can resist the temptations that threaten to distract us from what really matters. In a world full of distractions and challenges, the temptation of Christ reminds us that we can overcome even the most daunting obstacles if we remain true to our deepest beliefs and values.